Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Papa Boris here. Really excited to play some Krumit's Tale. It's my first time playing since the game was released. We're going to start a brand new series, so just go ahead and kick things off with Bruno, and then we'll do Greybeard because that's what we're gonna do first time in the all right. It's Mischief time. So Mischief is our resident thief. Let's not play on any new game pluses because apparently I can't play this game anymore. Her ability is Riff Raff. She gains stealth when attacking an enemy that is by itself in a row. And stealth is actually not a unique thing to her. Anyone can have stealth, though in practice, almost no one is ever going to get stealth except for her. But in any case, stealth means that you do +2 damage, or if you're wielding a weapon, you do +3 damage. And Mischief's base attack, though, is 1. Which makes her kind of tough to play because even if you have stealth, you're really only one ahead of the other characters, or 2 if you wield a weapon, and otherwise, 1 base attack is very difficult to play with. Now, in early access, that was her rule. Closer to release, there was a change made to make Mischief stronger, which is that if she's overwhelmed, she actually does not have a penalty to her base attack. Overwhelmed means there are 6 or more enemies on the board. So 5 enemies on the board, tough cookies, but 6 or more, and you get a little bit of a boost to clearing them out. So that's the play. Mischief is a tricky character, so she does rely on abilities, but you can also do very well with her with weapons, because with weapons she can do just ludicrous amounts of damage, provided she is attacking an enemy that's by itself in its row. The main issue then is bosses, and you have to come up with some kind of way to deal with bosses. Overall, I'd say Mischief probably is the character that of all the characters I've improved my opinion of the most. I used to just completely hate playing as her, and now I'm like, hey, you know, it's kind of fun. So, one thing you have to learn with Mischief is the value of fleeing. So, like all the other characters, she's going to take 3 damage to kill a skeleton. But unlike the other characters, she's not going to sit here and just duke it out. If you... Yes, cool. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah, the game tells you what I'm telling you. So if I were to hit the skeleton 3 times, it would hit me twice and do 3 damage. But if I flee, it hits me once for 1 damage, and then I can come back, and I have stealth again because I'm beginning combat with the enemy that's by itself in its row. I didn't actually explain that very clearly, did I? She doesn't have stealth permanently against enemies that are alone in their row. She just has stealth at the beginning of combat against enemies that are by themselves in their row. Okay, so this is actually a very nice layout because the fact that these skeletons are just dropping on down the line makes it really easy to deal with. The worst outcome is if there's 2 that are on the bottom, because then you have to do some goofy thing, or like use an ability or something, to actually be able to deal with them. As it is, we're going to be totally fine here. Now with Mischief, it is a little bit tricky to not use any items on the first dungeon, but you have this stab card, which gives you a second copy of itself when you pick it up. So you can essentially think of it as like, well, I'm going to use 1 item, and then I'm going to get that item back with a stab. Or you can use 2 items and get them both back by picking up both stabs. Now, actually, we are unlucky here because what I wanted is one of my weapons. Mischief starts with a weapon that does 2 damage, costs 2 gold, has 2 durability, and if I had that, I could just kill both of these skeletons, get the other one, and kill this one, and use stab to get my item back. But as it is, I'm in a little bit of trouble because I don't have the weapon. Both of them are in the bottom 4 cards of the deck. So what do we do? Well, let's go ahead and just pick up this healing potion because I can pick it up. You know what I could do? I could just pick up stab. I could just get the extra tile before I spend the tile. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up stab. Okay, there's the weapon. Okay, so now I'll just, I guess, pick up the health vial, although I don't think it really matters much what I pick up. And then we're gonna buy this dagger. So now we're gonna one-shot this guy because it's 3 damage, 1 base attack, +2 from stealth, +2 from the weapon, +1 because equipping a weapon adds an extra 1 if you have stealth. So it's 1 base attack, 2 from the weapon, 3 from stealth, 1 +2 +3 is 6, and this guy is one-shotted. And now this guy is one-shotted as well. And now we're just gonna buy the other dagger with 1 enemy remaining. They're by themselves. I have not been able to figure out a way to actually gain bonus tiles from the stab. I feel like I always have to use something up, and then by the time I can pick up the other stuff, my inventory is full. But it's as if we spent no tiles, ending on 50. Okay, let's go ahead and grab perk. I typically like to grab the perks first. So I like rich. Nothing wrong with this. Just 2 extra gold at the beginning. It can make a huge difference. This is... I have not figured this out. I'm sorry, I just haven't figured it out. This, I'm sorry, I have not figured it out. Town guards are the 4 health, 12 armor guys, or 4 health, 8 armor guys that hit like Mack trucks. So having 3 of them in the deck is, not a laughing matter. I don't know how crazy rich you have to be for the first tile to be free to be worth the 3 extra town guards in the deck. This is like a handicap in my opinion. And this is fine, but, it's just going to be rich because nothing else is all that great. Okay, so this is cute. It's, good if you to try to cheat expensive stuff into play. This thing is cute because you get extra copies of abilities. If you like put stabs in there, then when you pick it up, you can generate more stabs and things like that. And then there's Eviscerate, which is, I've tried this so many times and I've not really been able to get it to work. The other stuff is just kind of underwhelming, so I'm gonna do this again because this is really fun, but you have to use a lot of abilities and it can be very tricky to pull this off continuously, so we can try to do this and we'll just kind of see what happens. So we're looking at the store to try to get some more abilities so we can recharge our Eviscerate. Okay, well we have no abilities here. That's fine. I don't mind selling that Eviscerate later. I really don't care about it that much. So we've actually got a pretty good selection of cards here. So this is a nice one. It gives you 2 extra stabs in the deck. And 4 damage is great for Mischief because, this becomes like, your base attack is 5, 1 plus 4. But then you add another 3 for stealth. You're looking at 8, and 8 is a very important break point. There's like a big difference between this 4 and this 3. So I'm going to get this and get the extra stabs in the deck, which actually does kind of help with the Eviscerate. This thing I don't really understand. It seems very bad to just pay a gold for 6 piercing damage, and also it has to be against solitary enemies, or if you have stealth. Seems like a lot of conditions. I do want to get this at some point because poison is one of the good ways with Mischief to answer the question, how do I kill a boss? There's like a thing that deals damage to an enemy for all the poison it has. So this is interesting, definitely. This armor is actually quite strong because 5 armor is a lot, and that lets you block a lot of things. You do have to have stealth though, so there's limits to that. This is a little bit more of a hedging kind of choice because 3 armor is obviously not as good as 5 armor, but you do get an extra tick of durability, or you do get no conditions on it. You can just keep using it. So let me just look at the next level. Yeah, 3 armor is actually perfectly fine in this next level. So short term wise, I could pick this up and not care about, saving the gold or getting the extra health. In the future, I might regret it. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to grab this too. Mischief's deck, like all the starting decks, does have some junk in it. So, you can pretty comfortably, in my opinion, sell off these leather helms. It's just so bad. So it looks good, like, oh, I get armor and a gold. But, you can discard an item for a gold and 2 health. And 1 armor twice is 2 health. This is just really, like, not adding any value to your deck by existing there. And it's not taking any value away, in my opinion, by removing it. So we don't have that many abilities to trigger Eviscerate with, but this thing basically recharges every time you use it and every time you kill an enemy, so you can use this to feed your Eviscerate. The stealth, you have to defeat 3 enemies, which is a huge difference, so this is not as good for recharging your Eviscerate. So right now my Eviscerate's not all that well supported, but if I can get a couple of them off, that might still just be worth, because it's not that expensive. It's only 2 gold, so if you do like 8 damage for 2 gold, it's not like, horrible, with the potential that maybe it'll be better later. The main issue early in the game is that you don't necessarily want to just like blow all your loads because you want to try to not use, you don't want to use items. Okay, so this is a really tough spot because 5 is 1 shy of overwhelmed. So my base attack's not good, and when you have 2 enemies in the bottom row, it's really just the worst because then you cannot ever get stealth against them. Now I have stealth against this guy. It's a little bit awkward though because what's going to happen is I hit it for 3, he poisons me, I flee and he hits me for 3. Then I can kill him, but I'm going to take damage from the poison. I do have actually my health potion's out here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the health potion now, just in case the next thing here is an enemy. I don't actually want it dropping here, because I don't want it to be in the row with these globbers. So we're going to pick up the health vial now, and then I'm going to kill this trickster. So I hit it. By the way, when you have stealth, your attack gets super blitz. Okay, super blitz means faster than regular blitz. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 damage for killing this guy, but that's not bad. because it is sort of like a tier 2 enemy in my opinion. Now the Globber, what's it gonna do to me? It's gonna do. It's actually it's only gonna do 2 damage to me. Yeah, I think it's actually a very good use of this health vial here. So I take 2 damage, I flee and get poisoned, but because I fled, the block is countered. Now I'm gonna counter the poison and kill this thing. That actually worked out pretty well. That was a pretty good use of the health potion there. Okay, now Globbers, you can't use weapons against them. This combat knife is 1 damage short of killing a trickster. So what I would have loved is if either there was another enemy coming so I could get my bonus base attack for Riffraff, or... Oh, there are no more enemies. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, so that's definitely not going to happen. Or I could, I guess, stab each of these guys with the stab, and then just kill them raw with this combat knife, and just not have the stealth bonus. I could actually... No, I was thinking of taking stabbing this one, and killing them raw, and then killing this one with stealth, except that then this Globber falls down. Yeah, and then the Globbers are... Yeah, maybe I should not actually have stabbed... what's it? Maybe I shouldn't have, like... stacked everybody like this. Okay. Well, I could poison them. Yes, it's actually similar to stabbing them, but I think better. So we're gonna... Oh, right, they have stealth. They have stealth and I can't use it on them because I'm good at this game. Okay, so, yeah. Well, I could pick up stab and I could buy this eviscerate. And then, the problem with picking up the stab is it creates these 2 that I can never budge then. And if I eviscerate for 4 damage, I'm still a damage shy of killing someone who's not isolated. Oh my god, this is... I just wish you could use these frickin' daggers against Globbers. It's so annoying because I can't stealth... I don't have stealth against these guys, whom I could use a dagger against. I do have stealth against a Globber, but I can't use a weapon against them. It's just... Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to kill this Globber like this. I'm going to flee. And I think... I could just take 2 damage, or I'm just going to sell one of these daggers. I'm just going to sell for the gold and to heal away the poison. Then we're going to fight the Globber like so. Okay, this is what I needed to see. So now we're going to grab hide. Grab my... Actually, I don't need the combat knife. I do. I want the stabs to go in the deck for extra value. So yes, I'm going to take this. Okay. And so now I am going to just raw... Oh, wait, no. I'm going to turn on stealth. And then I am just going to kill this thanks to my stealth thing. This thing is really bad. It's like really, really, really bad. But the thing is, you should not delete it from your deck, at least in my opinion. Because sometimes you just frickin', you know, need it. You just need some random ass way to get stealth because you're just so desperate. Okay, so unfortunately my inventory is too full to pick up a stab and get a bonus thing. I never ended up using this, so that was perhaps a mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'll just buy this because I can. It'll just make things easier. And now I can kill this. I'll take the extra 2 damage from attacking while poisoned, which is fine. All in all, for how much of a shit show that felt like it was, that was actually totally fine. Nothing wrong with how that went. And we ended up getting our 50 gems, or probably a little more. Did I get more than 50? 60. I got more than... Yeah, I did great. I did good. Did good, Boris. Okay, so I'm actually just going to hop in and grab this right now. This thing is actually really fun, and there is quite a bit of synergy with it. It actually might even be the correct thing to take, because there's just so many cool things you can do. Like, for example, you can put in 2 copies of the combat knife into the deck that cost 0 and have 1 durability. But when you buy them, they still have the effect of putting stabs into the deck, which feeds the eviscerate. Ah, shit. Okay, I'm gonna probably actually... I just talked myself into buying this. This thing is really good. I was thinking of taking the Sinister Charm. So the thing about this is that this is what you combo with the Poison Vial, and you can basically stack a bunch of poison on something, and then you use this to just, like, blow them up. You know, I'm gonna get this, because there's other cool stuff that isn't this, but this... with poison solves the problem of how you kill bosses, and I think it's just too useful not to take. Okay, let's take a look at our perks. So hey, we got that again, 2 times in a row. Woo! This I think is just terrible. The problem with this is if there was like an opposite of this, it'd be really good. But as you kill more enemies, there comes to be a point where you just are never overwhelmed. Like once there's only 5 enemies remaining, this is nothing. Now sure, 2 base attack is a lot of base attack, but 6, it's just too many. 6 is just too many. And then this is actually pretty good for Mischief and maybe no one else, because a lot of times when you're fleeing, you are taking a hit as you run away, and you need to flee to keep using stealth. I was thinking of this though. Obviously, it doesn't do much at the beginning of combat, but as you stick around, it can make things better. And base attack is kind of hard to come by. Shoot, I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm going to grab the Scaredy Cat because I just don't get to take it very much, but maybe Reaper was actually the correct play here. Okay, so we're up against the Skeleton King. It's kind of a weird boss. So he gets an armor whenever you kill anything else in the dungeon. And that's it. You don't get any compensating thing. So it's not like the Goblin boss who gives you a huge benefit, but also has a huge drawback. This is kind of like a minor drawback, but you know, there's no benefit either. I still am probably just going to kill everything else before him. However, you have to keep an eye on the opportunity to maybe, for example, like pick this up and just whack him real hard a couple times, because that might be better than anything else you could do. Okay, so we're looking for good weapons, basically. Did I ever buy any armor? I did. I got this hedgy kind of armor. There's actually quite a lot of good stuff here. So this is obviously good. It's free poison, works well with my Sinister Charm. This is just good for dealing some damage to stuff. More armor is nice. This is like I've talked about before, a good like insurance policy. Just in case things go to hell, it's nice to just have something that can blanket cancel enemy attacks. And this is sort of okay. It deals 12 damage total compared to only 6 with this. The main issue is that sometimes the fact that you can't target things that have armor is a bit of a liability. But honestly, I take a lot of these cards. So let me take a quick look at the deck. Let me be a little bit careful. What would I throw away? Well, I would, in fact, at this point, throw away these daggers. I mean, they're fine, but they one-shot things with 6 health, but, they're starting to get a little bit limited in how useful they can be. Especially if I'm replacing them with a superior weapon. But because I already got rid of both of my helmets, everything else is, kind of like stuff I kind of want to keep around. Like this can be a lifesaver sometimes. I could get rid of this. This is actually pretty bad. This doesn't really do much because you can basically discard anything for a gold. So having this is not that valuable. And also I do have the rich stamp starting with 2 gold. So maybe I can go on a little bit of a shopping splurge here. This essentially does 9 damage, the spider bite, if you punch something with the Sinister Charm 3 times, because its poison level is basically bigger by 3 every single time you punch them with it. So that 9 damage for 0 gold is sort of important to get at some point. Okay, I will get this. I will get this Brigand armor just to have more armor, and we'll also pick up a Shuriken. We'll leave the Tranquilizer alone. I often find I just don't need the Tranquilizers, or if I do, it's because I'm sucking and I should have played better and avoided that situation to begin with. Let's go ahead and get rid of the dagger. And because I have a Shuriken and the combat knife and Eviscerate, I'm comfortable getting rid of my other dagger, because it really is bad. I mean, 2 gold for 2 damage is pretty piss poor. Okay, well, let's see if we can actually end this video with a win. That'd be nice. Wouldn't mind that. Alright, once again, we're at 5 enemies, so we're 1 shy of not having a base attack penalty. I am rich, which is good, because it means I can actually pick up Eviscerate, for example. I'm actually going to grab this. It's a bit risky, but what I can do is I can use it right away on this skeleton and then stealth it to death. And then we have a conga line kind of coming down here. So, yes, I will just go for the Eviscerate game here. Well, first, let me just kill this and take my 3 damage. I'm okay with that. Got it. Oh, I don't take any damage for this for the 1. Oh, I totally forgot I took that stamp. That makes my plan way better. Okay. So are you 3-2? You are. So I can actually hit it, take 3, flee and parry. Although he won't be stunned because that resets it. No, he's not gonna be dead then. And this thing I don't have stealth against. But I guess I could just do this. How would this work? If I so you have to have stealth. So if I attack block the 3 and he's parried. Can I get any value from the parry? I really can't, because then I have to flee. So it doesn't actually do me any good. Yeah, well, I could hit it for... Okay, I could hit it for 3, parry, hit him for 1. He's now at 4. And then I flee and take 1 damage from this attack. But then when I come back, he doesn't die. Okay, let's pick up these stabs. I'm gonna stab this guy. And yeah, I'll use this armor. I could actually use this armor. Same thing against these guys. And I could save this for the boss, maybe. This is, however, 1 gold more expensive, and I can't currently kill them because there are 5 on the board. And I need there to be 1 more so that I am overwhelmed. Does this not look kind of overwhelming? What is your definition of overwhelming? I'm gonna buy that just because I can afford it. So let's go ahead and do this. I think I planned this out correctly. So I hit him for 1 while he's stunned. Then I flee, taking advantage of my scaredy cat to only take 1 more damage. I mean, I took only 1 damage total because I blocked the first attack, and now he's at 3 thanks to my stab, so this kills him. Okay, now that frees up this one. I would have to stab him again. Let's do that. I'm not going to worry too much about gems. I'm already doing very well on the gem front. Let's just kill things. All right, can we just do that? Can we just kill things? Good old scaredy cat. That's 4 damage. That stamp has saved me. Not as much as the chill stamp, might I point out, but hey. Okay, and then you, I could take 2 net damage to kill you. Fine, we'll just do that. So I flee here. Notice he's parried, but that clears off when he comes back, so it's not like being frozen, which sticks around. Okay, well, I could just get this leather armor and just kill it without taking any damage. Yeah, let's do that. That seems fine. There really just seems nothing wrong with that. That saves me so much health, and I might not even have to use it. So I kind of wasted my flee stamp there, but it's fine. I don't care. As long as I'm not taking any damage, I'm fine. Okay, so I'm looking for my big weapon, because I'm going to need that big weapon to kill the boss with. Also, the Sinister Charm, the skull thing that does damage for each poison the guy has. Yeah, so I really can't kill him right now because I don't have the weapon or the skull thing, so it's just sort of pointless. Alrighty, well, let's, oh, these guys are, they're on the same row, so I don't have stealth against either one. I'm pretty confident I'm going to end up doing poison stuff, so we will spend a tile to poison him. And then, yeah, let's just not take damage here. I don't have that much healing. I would not actually mind getting some healing as Mischief in the form of a stamp or like just a typical 0 gold 3 use potion would be completely fine. Okay, so now I could stab this and eviscerate it and then kill it with stealth. Yeah, let's just do that. So stab it, eviscerate it, and then it's at 3 health and I can just stealth it to death. So I managed to save an armor for the final boss. And then there's the boss, then there's this thing at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I just want to make sure I don't waste this. So I could, how much damage would this do? Poison enemy, and then deal damage to its permanent poison level. Okay, so it would be 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is 9 plus 6, which is 15. And he would have 14 health left. Christ, this armor really makes a pretty big difference. And also, I can't use my shuriken because it's armor. Okay, if I use this first, instead of 4, 5, 6, it would be 6, 7, 8, which is 21. You know what, guys? I'm sorry if this is not like optimal, but I'm gonna buy this to put 2 stabs into the deck. Oh wait, oh then I don't know. I can't afford it. I'm 2 gold short. Whoops. Oh wait, okay. We'll eat this treasure chest. All right. I think that actually. Oh shit! I probably lost things by doing this. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna kill him. Is the point of the story. We're just going to blow it up with poison. So his armor did not help him. Actually, do I even need to do this last tick? Maybe I can save it that way. Oh yeah, because he just dies of poison. Like poison also, poison is a thing that actually does stuff. Yes, it just damages the enemy at the end of a turn equal to its poison level. I might have been able to save some extra things there, and then maybe buying that didn't even help me. But it's fine. 50 is totally fine. We're fine. Okay, so we got some decent stuff here. These are great items. It's gonna be tough to choose. So this thing is fantastic. Can I? What the hell? Okay, it's not showing what this thing does. Well, anyway, oh, it is right there. This thing heals you for 3 when you attack a damaged enemy with it, which is really great because, you know, that's really, really good to have some healing. This thing is great because you can increase your base attack by 1. You just need to kill something that or attack something that's going to die to 3 damage. And then this is amazing because as long as the enemy is by itself in a row, this is a 1 gold, 3 use stun, which is just ridiculous. And it gives you stealth when you buy it. I would take happily all 3 of these. It's such a difficult decision what to take here. What I am thinking is 5 gold's a bit tough. I do have the rich stamp, but no other synergy. If I can get a stamp right now that helps me with gold, I'll take this. Otherwise, probably the weapon. I mean, you can argue there's lots of ways to do damage, but there's not that many stun effects, so maybe the blackjack, but there actually are other ways. There's like a utility belt that can give you blackjacks. So there's other ways to get the blackjack, and this is very good because I do need some healing. So let me take a look at my stamps. Can I get some money? So double potions, very good. This is healings is good. Makes your stabs poisonous. I do have some synergy with that, but and it also helps with my boss killing. Christ, this is very tempting. So sneaky, how good is that? It would make I do 4 damage on my first attack. I mean, it's not nothing, but a lot of times 1 damage doesn't actually matter. And it's a tough one here. I really like Brewer because can I see the store? That's the thing is you cannot. They changed it, so now you can see your item and your stamp, but you still can't see the store. If I knew I could buy potions, then the Brewer would become a lot more valuable. Man, this is just a really, really tough set of choices here. Okay, what I'm not seeing is anything for money, so I'm gonna trust my instinct. I'm gonna grab this weapon just because 4 damage is so important. Unless you kill 8 health enemies, and that's just a big deal. And then for my stamp, I don't really want to rely too much on the stab business. I'd rather just get other things that poison instead of using stabs to poison. I like healing. I'm just going to take the healing. This is a little bit tricky. It has to be below 50%, so you have to be at 4 health or below for this to kick in. But it can represent a lot of healing and let you do some good stuff. So we're going to take that. And then for shopping, okay, well, there's some amazing stuff here. Wow. A lot of this stuff is very good. So this is cool because you can refresh Eviscerate immediately with it. Although right now it's the only thing I have synergy for. This is cool because if you have like 5 enemies on the board, you can shuffle them back into the deck. This is good because you can shuffle enemies back into the deck. You have to have stealth and lose it though. So you have to have like an effect that gives you stealth. These are just ridiculous. Piercing damage gets you past armor, and you get a second copy to the inventory. It's just nuts. I think I have to buy this. It's just so good. I'm actually going to buy this health potion, believe it or not, because it's just healing, and it's really good. Oh my god, you know what I forgot about? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I forgot that this is a potion. So it would have been doubled by the Brewer stamp that doubles your potions when you pick them up. Yeah, I should have probably taken that because I wasn't that jazzed about anything. So being able to double this would have been incredibly effective. It would let me get up a lot of poison. Shoot, I messed up. Well, I don't want to buy another one of these. Let me take a look actually what's going on. I already have to delete a card from my deck, which is a little bit dicey. Well, I'm going to delete this treasure chest because it's the weakest card, and I think I'm going to stop here because actually, yeah, I don't want to delete my health potion because it's actually kind of useful. So yeah, this stuff is all nifty, but yeah, we'll just pause it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.